Compare fractions. So here we can use the pictures or the math or the numbers. The pictures are part of the math. That was a silly thing to say. But, let's go with the pictures here, right? So this is 2/4. 2 out of 4 is a half. If we were to draw a half here, we clearly would have more than what's shaded, right? So this has got to be greater than. 2/4 has got to be greater than 2/7. Also, if the numerator is the same and the denominator is bigger, then the number actually gets smaller because you're getting two pieces out of a more finely chopped up pie, so it's got to be less. 2/7 is less than 2/4. So 2/4 is greater than 2/7. Okay, so this is a little bit trickier. It's hard to see in the picture, right? So what we want to do is use that same trick. They're both 2 on the top, but there are more little pieces here. So 2 is a smaller fraction of the whole pie. Right? If you have 2 out of 8, if you make 2 shots out of 8 shots, that's clearly better than if you only had 6 attempts and you make 2 shots out of 6, right? So 2/8 is less than 2/6. Okay, I like that they're keeping the numerator the same in a lot of these problems, right? So what's better, to make 3 out of 6 shots or to make 3 out of 7 shots? Well, it's better to make 3 out of 6 shots. It's bigger. It's a bigger percentage. So 3/7 is less than 3/6. Okay, how about this? What do you think's better here? Well, here you can kind of just see that this is the same as this, which means that this is true. It's less than. But also, is it, it's worse to make 2 out of 6 shots than it is to make 2 out of 3. And 2 out of 3, you almost make all of them. So that less than checks out. Okay, how about 4 out of 6 and 4 out of 5? So I think at this point you get the idea that if the denominator is bigger, that makes the number smaller if the numerator is the same, right? So 4 out of 6 is less than 4 out of 5. Okay, same idea. Denominator is bigger, the 2 is the same. So 2 out of 5 is less than 2 out of 3. If you ever get confused, just think of this. What's bigger, 1 over 99 or 1 out of 2? Clearly 1 out of 2 is bigger, right? So the 99 on the bottom makes things very small, right? So 2 out of 5 is less than 2 out of 3. Okay, 1/2 or 1/4. Okay, we can just see this. This is this section here. So this is more shaded here, right? So 1/2 is greater than 1/4. You could also use the logic the denominator here is bigger, right? So it's smaller, and the 1 is the same, right? So 1 over 2 is greater than 1 out of 4. Okay, well, these are exactly the same picture, and the math, the numbers are exactly the same, right? So that's equal. 1 out of 5 and 1 out of 8. Again, it's better if you make 1 shot out of 5. It's still not very good, but it's definitely better than making 1 shot out of 8, right? So 1 out of 5 is greater than 1 out of 8. And 1/3 and 1/6. Again, you can kind of see that this corresponds to this here, so it's greater than. But also the numerator here is bigger. So 1 out of 3 is bigger than 1 out of 6. Okay, let's just take a quick peek at the next levels. Okay, cool. I like this. I mean, so everything we're talking about really only comes into play when the numerators are the same, right? You can only make a determination based on the denominator if the numerator is the same, if the numerators are equal playing fields. If the numerator changes too, then it's not, it's not always hard, but there might be more calculations needed, right? But in this case, I mean, you can just see this is way bigger, right? But also the denominator is bigger with the same numerator, so this number is smaller. So we're going to go less than. All right, I hope that makes sense, and I'll see you next time.